Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at something that I thought was just hilarious, man. You know, it's kind of cliche, but old people are always like, oh, this younger generation, they don't want to work, they have no work ethic, you know what I mean? Like, we've all heard it. If you're a younger person like myself, you've definitely heard older people say things like this. And, you know, like Gen Z and millennials kind of have like this reputation built in their generation where it's like, oh yeah, they don't have any work ethic, they don't want to work, they don't really want to do anything, you know, they're just entitled. They expect everything to be handed to them. They think the world revolves around them, right? It's kind of like a little bit of a little bit just kind of a dumb thing, I feel like, because not all of us are that way, but I definitely see things like this and kind of understand where people are coming from when they do say things like that. But today we're going to be taking a look at a woman who believes she's simply too pretty to work, man. You know, she just looks so good that she doesn't have to work. Why would you get a job when you can look this good, right? So I just thought this whole situation was really funny, man, because, you know, there is, I feel like, a societal problem with people being entitled and feeling like they're owed something that they're not. We do live in a society, I know, haha, right? We do live in a society where some people just simply are raised differently than other people. Like for me, in my instance, you know, my parents raised me to not have my hand out, you know what I mean? They raised me to not just sit around and believe that I'm entitled to anything. I was raised to believe that you have to work if you want to get anywhere in life, and you have to just be willing to sometimes just shovel a little bit of shit to get ahead, you know? And I feel like that's how a lot of people are raised. That's how a lot of people go through life with that mentality. You know, people working 12-hour days and stuff like that. You got these guys out here in construction, you know, doing manual labor in the hot sun for 12 hours a day, and people out here in hospitals working, you know, 12s and stuff like that. But yeah, this is something that I wanted to talk about because it's just something that I like to address. I feel like this is an issue that's something you can resonate with, right? Like, you realize that this is ridiculous. So really quick, I want to talk about the Optimus mouse pads we just released. They're built for quality and performance. You can transform your gaming setup with our creative colorways and patterns. You'll never have to worry about missing a flick again. These things are non-slip built, and they're also built to last through every single one of your hardcore gaming sessions. I've got one on my desk right now, and trust me, man, with the new Call of Duty coming out, it's been huge. Our mouse pads are also cheaper than the competition, and every purchase helps grow the channel so we can keep creating amazing content for you. Click the link in the description and use code OPTI10 to get a 10% discount until tomorrow. Forget 9 to 5, she's a 10 out of 10. A young TikToker is ready to give up the rigors of gaining and a gainful employment, right? She's too pretty to bother with a job. So Lucy Welcher, a social media influencer with more than 10 million TikTok likes, made the bold declaration in a recent video that has fiercely divided the internet. Quote, "I don't want to work for the rest of my life," the blonde brazenly stated at the outset of her viral clip. "Does it look like I want to get up at 6 a.m. every fucking day for the next 60 years? No, I'm too pretty for that," Welch subsequently snapped before taking a sassy sip of her iced coffee. Viewers were quick to chime in with their own thoughts, with many slamming the self-confident creator, labeling her lazy and entitled. All right, man, so I feel like the best way for us to kind of, you know, judge this situation is to just look at the evidence, right? Is she too pretty to go get a job? Well, I'll let y'all be the judge of that one, man. Go ahead and comment down below. This is the picture of her from the New York Post article that we're reading. Go ahead and let me know down below. Is she too pretty to get a job? I'm gonna go ahead and say no, probably not, right? Like, I'm thinking of the type of people who can legitimately say something like that and get away with it, and the people that come to mind, right, like, they're already not working 9 to 5, you know what I mean? Like Kim Kardashian, right? Everyone finds her attractive. Personally, I really don't. I don't see the big hype or whatever, but, you know, everyone says like Kim Kardashian, you know, is like one of the most beautiful women on the planet, right? So let's use that as an example. She already, you know, she doesn't have to get up at 6 a.m. every day for the next 60 years. She's already set. She's already made her money, you know what I mean? I mean, think of like any supermodel, right? Do you really think they're working, you know, 12 hours a day, shoveling shit? I feel like too many people in life have this problem where their opportunity, whatever it may be, passes them by, and then they just kind of assume that they're destined for something that they're not. And I get it, man. Like, no one wants to get up at 6 a.m. every day and work their ass off, right? Like, it's just not something people want to deal with. But the sad reality of life is, man, that's just what you're gonna be doing. Like, you just gotta accept that at a certain point, you know? For 99% of people, the dream of not working all day just doesn't come true. Like, you're just gonna have to get up every day at 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 7:30 or whatever it may be and just go to fucking work, right? I mean, even like me, man, I have my dream job. I make YouTube videos all day. I make my living off of YouTube. even then I still got to get up every day at 6:30 a.m. and be at work by 7 a.m. with the team getting shit done. Like, it's just how the world works, man. You got to have a good work ethic. You have to have something that motivates you in life, right? And I'm not saying like you got to love working, you know, mindlessly for some corporation or doing whatever it is that you might be doing for a living, but part of reality is just accepting that, you know, you're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to put the effort in, you're gonna have to put the time in, and just put your head down, man, and just fucking focus up a little bit, right? Like, that's just part of life. You can't have nice things and have a good life and have your dream life, really, if you're not willing to put the work in to earn it, right? And I feel like that's something that a lot of people, and truthfully, a lot of people even in my generation and people around my age forget, right? Like, a lot of people in my generation, you know, were raised with their hand out, you know, they were raised by their parents to just, you know, accept not having a good work ethic and to just expect everybody else to do everything for you. But that kind of mentality doesn't get you really far in life, you know, it doesn't actually build any character, it doesn't build a good reputation for you, it just doesn't really develop you in any way. I don't know, like, I personally am really glad that I get up every day at 7 a.m. to work my ass off, because when I get paid at the end of the month and my check comes in, you know, and I'm able to live the life that I want to live, I feel pretty fucking good, you know what I mean? I feel like that's how a lot of people feel on payday, man. Like, damn, I've been working the last week, I've been working hard, I finally got my paycheck, you know what I mean? Maybe you can go out to dinner or something, right? Have yourself a nice little time on your dime, right? So try waking up at 4 a.m. every day working 60 hours a week, one critic complained, claiming they have it way worse than Welcher. Someone's entitled, another blasted. I hope you get humbled, girl. You need it. Looks have nothing to do with working, and it's sad you have that mentality. Meanwhile, a third bluntly stated, how about trying to be an adult instead of a privileged princess expecting life to be handed to you? Now, one thing I want to say is looks fade, man. Like, you can be really pretty in your teens, in your 20s, and your 30s or whatever, but eventually, man, life hits you. I mean, age hits you. Your skin wrinkles, you know, maybe you get a little bit of a gut on you, your hair turns gray, you just don't look the same anymore, right? And at that point in time, it doesn't matter how fucking pretty you were earlier in your life, or how beautiful you were, how much of a model you might have been, right? At that point, all that shit goes out the window and you get humbled really quickly. So it's really just not good to have a mentality like this, you know, just for your own personal fulfillment later in life. You're not always gonna look like how you look right now, you know? Even like with me, man, one day, you know, I'm gonna be an old man with a little beer gut on me and fucking gray old hair and some kids running around, you know what I mean? Wearing my fucking flip-flops and dad outfit. I'm looking forward to it, man. I've come to peace with that shit. That's just how it's gonna be, right? And that's okay. That's fine. I've accepted that. And more people need to accept that. And more people also need to accept that you have to work. Doesn't matter how you look. You just gotta put in the work. You gotta put in the effort. That's just part of life, man. So it continues, though, because people ended up supporting her, too. However, there were hundreds of supporters who agreed with Welcher and said they were similarly wore down by work. Preach it, sissy, one enthused, before a second supporter chimed in saying, sending this to every employer I've ever had. One male admirer even offered a way out of the workforce for Welcher, saying, you can be my housewife. I make 6 figures a year. Just make sure the house is clean and food is on the table. The youngster has not disclosed where she currently works, but later took to the comment sections of the video to insist it was a joke. Alright, so apparently this whole thing was a joke. That's fine or whatever. I think the point still stands because a lot of people really unironically hold this mentality in the first place. But bro, do we have a simp alert here? This fucking dude talking about you can be my housewife. I make 6 figures a year out here trying to flex. What are you doing, bro? Like, come on, man. Smack your forehead and go ahead and give me 10 push-ups. That was fucking ridiculous. Don't ever comment some shit like that again. Cannot believe it, man. We got people out here simping in the TikTok comments for people wow, bro. I'm done with that. But, you know, I'll offer an olive branch, right? I understand being exhausted by work. Jobs, they suck, right? Like, a lot of the times, you don't want to go to work, man. But that's just part of life. And, like, the sooner that people come to terms with the idea that, like, you have to work to get anywhere in life, I think the better for a lot of these people. I'm not saying you have to blindlessly go through life just like, oh, I love my job, I love my boss, I love my employer. You know, you can still hate your fucking boss or hate your job, but I think the ultimate goal in life is finding something to do that you really enjoy doing. And then every day doesn't have to feel like work, right? I don't know, man. That's just the way that I see things with this. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and TikTok. Not TikTok, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking this up. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubTheOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus supporters. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until the next video, guys, this is Optimus fucking his outro up and signing out.